My God, that really felt like being in a huge crush, but I suppose Irfan is used to it. By the way, he's Kolkata's son-in-law. His wife is Bengali, so you have to make him sing a Bengali song, right? Bollywood to Hollywood, the long journey home. He's India's best-known international actor, but when I see Irfan, I see more than a national award-winning actor or a red carpet star. I see a man who has proved time and again that talent is invincible and rejection is only preparation for greater things. His first big screen role in Meera Nair's Salam Bombay in 1988 was cut. His first role as a romantic lead in Maqbool in 2003 was a huge festival favorite but was barely released in India. And his finest film, I think so far, Panting Tomar, was released 2 whole years after it was ready, only to win him a national award. But nothing has ever... I love the film too. But nothing has ever come in the way of Irfan's irresistible rise, as he switches genres, nations, accents with ease. Jaipur, NST, Mumbai, Los Angeles. He remains the eternal student, whether he's making notes for his role till 3 in the morning, reading quantum physics, or watching documentaries online. He'll tell us more about it. His wife, the writer Shrutapa Shikta, once called him a tortoise in an interview to me. We are reconciled, she said, to his achieving at 40 what others do at 30 and becoming at 50 what others are at 40. Fortunately, we have all the patience in the world to wait for Irfan, and we're glad he never joined his father's tire business back home in Jaipur. Ladies and gentlemen, Irfan Khan.
Kemon achen? Hello. I'm sorry, I couldn't give. आप लोग इतना हाथ हिला रहे थे. I couldn't give autograph. I was trying to give, but इतना हाथ हिला रहे थे. I'm sorry, जिसको नहीं मिला. Anyway, so where do we start? क्या अपनी की जानती चाहिए?
Not bad. I think I'd like to ask the first question. You know, your name is interesting, Sahibzade Irfan Ali Khan. So let's begin with that name. What does it stand for? Where are you from? And how did you really get to the biggest screen in the world, Hollywood?
I'm from my lineage is my father. They were Nawabs of Tonk, so that's why Sahibzade Irfan Ali Khan. And I'm from a very middle class family who never approved cinema. And in my childhood, nobody would have imagined that I could dream of becoming an actor. But I dreamt, and I became. Initially, what pulled me to cinema was, there's some mystery about the cinema, the way people were behaving on the screen. And other than that, the primary thing was to attain glory, to attain name and fame. That was the main reason. So when I went to National School of Drama, when I did some series, and I finally was popular, I was doing two very major series, and I tasted for the first time the taste of fame, name and money. And I thought, this is not what I was looking for. There has to be something more than this, more than name and fame and money to acting. And that's where my journey began after that.
And you nearly quit?
Yeah,
acting.
That fame was not giving me anything, you know. It was like people were recognizing me, they knew me, and they were just trying to take the autograph. Like, you know, I thought, this is a ridiculous situation, this is a very strange situation. Even if you are having a heart attack at the street, people will say कि यार एक click कर लो, एक छोटा सा photo खींच लो. अगर मैं मर रहा हूँ यार, बोलो अभी थोड़ी देर, सर एक मिनट, एक photo ले लेते हैं, आपको भेजते हैं hospital. So so I thought this whole journey is not about this. Then I slowly I realized I did some films, and I realized the kind of effect those films were having on people's memory, people's heart, people's mind. So that's what I thought. This is it. This is what this acting business is all about. To share my life, my experiences, my sensibilities, my take on life with other people, and this is much more. This is a premise which will keep on going, where you know I can be inspired throughout my life. Otherwise, sometimes what happens with the professions, they become a mean to earn your living, and that's it. So that becomes a relationship where you are living with a person and you don't have any interest in that person. The relationship should be, for me, the way I perceive relationship, is a partnership. It's a partnership to explore yourself, to grow together. So if you are not connected with your profession, if I wouldn't have been connected with my profession in this way, for me then I would have been misusing my profession just to earn my living and to accumulate money. I think that's a misuse of any kind of, and it's an injustice to a being. We are all very spiritual beings. We have tremendous potentials. Although our system doesn't allow us to explore ourselves, that's a different thing, but it's our job to understand our potential and to connect to our potential.
But I think as an actor in Bollywood especially, money is always an attraction, isn't it? Everyone wants a bigger car, a bigger home, more beautiful co-stars maybe. There's a huge, huge sense of competition about that, and everyone wants to be in the 100 crore club.
That's where you have to make your choices. See, when you want to become an actor, there's a choice that you build up your body and you look great, and that's it. That's there the journey ends. Then you keep coming out with films after films, which has nothing to do with you, but which can sustain your brand. That's one approach. The other approach is if you make it a means to do more than just earning money or name and fame. For me, acting has become a means to explore myself, my surrounding, where I'm living, my influences, to know myself, to know my God. So that's how I'm using it. Money is a byproduct for me, and if you don't understand the potential of storytelling, what the storytelling is all about, if you don't connect to that, then the 100 crore club becomes important for you, and the whole business of storytelling is judged by 100 crore. That's an injustice to the potential of storytelling. So you have to understand what you're doing. For me, that's important.
So sometimes do you feel somewhat schizophrenic? You go to Hollywood and you work with directors like Ang Lee and Mark Webb and Michael Winterbottom, and they're all about the story and your character in it, and then you come here and do a thank you, which I suppose is fun, but still, it's not as intense as doing a film with Ang Lee. So how does that work?
That's the fun of being an actor. You don't need to do intense work all the time. You need to have antidotes, whatever you're doing. The time I was doing in treatment, it was such an engrossing role. It was so taxing. I needed some kind of antidote. I needed just to have fun on the set. And that's why I did thank you, and I still like my performance in that.
What is the most ridiculous thing Hollywood or Bollywood has made you do?
When I started my journey as an actor, I went, there was an audition and I was selected for one episode. I was just passed out from National School of Drama. And I was a very shy person, very, very shy. And I was supposed to do comedy, and I did something, and I don't know how I did, but, and I was excited that I'll get a check of 500 rupees at the time. And I was given 250 rupees. And I said, but you said 500 rupees. उसने कहा नहीं आपने इतनी गंदी एक्टिंग की है कि ये दे रहे हैं तो गनीमत समझो आप.
Okay. Any questions? Yes. Please keep them short and just say who you are. Yes, that voice. Yeah.
Hi. My question to you is, with Bollywood evolving every time and every year, now new subjects have come up and new films are being made, and the gap between art cinema and commercial cinema is almost abridged. What do you think it takes for the industry to come at par with Hollywood?
What you mean is how can Bollywood evolve?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Maybe it doesn't need to evolve. I don't know.
No, no, it's evolving. It's evolving. See, the generation like you, people are forcing it to evolve. Right now, the situation in one thing, the thing is, this wood business is a very strange thing. Why do we keep putting wood after every industry? Bollywood, Tollywood, Hollywood. Don't we have our own identity?
What do you want to call it?
Hindustani cinema, Bengali cinema, Tamil cinema, or come up with something else. Not wood, maybe iron. It is evolving, and this new generation. Right now, the situation in our film industry is that audience is ready. They are just hungry, but the talent in our industry is not coping with that. They are ready to watch interesting cinema. That's why most of the audience we are losing to Hollywood cinema. Most of the people, you know, they prefer to watch Hollywood cinema than Hindi cinema. Unless and until they hear so much about a particular film, then they go and watch. So we are losing a lot of business. So nobody would have imagined that a film of American country would do 150 crore here in India. Life of Pi itself did more than 100 crore. So that is, but we are evolving, and it's a very, very, very interesting time for our industry. And people who are upcoming filmmakers and people who are right now exploring cinema, I think they will change the face of the cinema. In 5 years, we'll have a very, very flourishing, interesting industry.
And I'm sure you'll play a major role there. Yes.
Hello. Yeah, while growing up as an actor, who were the people you used to look upon as role models?
See, the first film when I was, we were not allowed. First, we were not allowed to watch films. I started watching films when I was giving my exams for 10th class. So we used to finish our paper in an hour, and then we used to go to cinema hall. So the first film I saw was Naya Daur, which was a re-released rerun of Dilip Kumar's film. And somehow I was spellbound by his behavior, whatever he was doing. Then I got influenced by Mithun Chakravarti, Nasruddin Shah, things like that. But we never saw Hollywood films at that time. Then when I went to National School of Drama, I got chance to watch cinema from the world. Then there were so many people like Brando and Al Pacino and Daniel Day-Lewis and Philip Seymour Hoffman and Dustin Hoffman, many, Gerard Depardieu, many great actors.
And you acted with Gerard Depardieu.
I acted with
Yeah.
Gerard Depardieu.
How was that experience? He was very rude to you in Life of Pi.
No, it was not me. It was Adil actually interacted with him.
Yes.
I didn't get the chance to work with him, but at least we shared the film together.
So, what is it like when you come back? I asked you this question about schizophrenia. Some of the things that you have to do in Bollywood, like the scene you did or the item song you did in Thank You. What do? You just say, okay, this is my time to enjoy myself, or how do you deal with that?
You don't need to deal, because I have been doing these kind of things where it just took time for me to practice my art. And now I can fit in, if I like the premise, it could be ridiculous, it could be very intense, it could be very believable, it could be credible. So I just need to, connect to it. Then, you don't require extra effort to do that.
But sometimes, there's a particular culture of acting in Bollywood, which is, or Mumbai films, which is a little different.
Yes, see, our film industries are the way we tell stories are more of a broader strokes. Yeah. We don't touch finer points. I give you an example. When two actors are doing a scene, a camera is facing, let's say, her. So I need to give my cues so that she can say her line. In our industry, the other actor doesn't give the cue. Some assistant, somebody gives the cue. Even in our industry, even if somebody doesn't give the cue, we can talk to the air and we'll, it will done. Because our industry, we are not looking at human behavior so intimately. we are a little away. We are just, it's a broader stroke. But in Hollywood, when you are giving, you're performing, the other actor behind the camera, he's performing with you. And they feel bad if you are underperforming it. And they're so sensitive about your performance. Like when I went to do this series in treatment, it was so taxing. The role was so taxing. The last episode, I was so relieved, and I let loose myself. So my performance was somewhere got affected. And Gabriel Byrne could see that. And he could see that I am not satisfied with it. So he said, let's do my portions today, and let's give Irrfan some more time. Let him do his portions tomorrow. I did my preparation. I went the other day. I did my takes. Then I was into the character. Gabriel Byrne again performed. He shot the other last day, but he again performed so that he can do justice to the story, not to himself, not to his image. So that's the kind of demand that industry has for an actor.
But it happens with some films. Some films just work out beautifully, like Pan Singh Tomar. How was that experience?
No, it took there was it was challenging. It was really challenging. The film tested us. Every film has what I believe. Every film is a living being. It's a living thing because the creativity is involved with it. Anything which has to do with creativity is life. So the Pan Singh film, it tested us. It has so many challenges and there were so many ups and downs. But the challenge was very enjoyable. The physical and mental challenge was enjoyable. So when you connect to the role, when you like the role, then those challenges becomes a kind of, it's a pleasure to go through that.
Does anyone want to hear any dialogues from Pan Singh? Do you want to tell us some? Do you want to give us some?
Dialogue?
Little bit of dialogue, Bazi, we have to do.
Okay, let's do. There's the line in Sahab Bibi Gangster, but that's not my line. That's Jimmy's line. He sees a pistol in somebody's hand and he says कि भाई साहब ये पिस्तौल है जान लेने की चीज दुल्हन का घूंघट नहीं कि 2 घंटे शायरी की और 2 मिनट में बाकी का काम इसको चलाया जाता है.
More. We want more. Pan Singh, exactly. Pan Singh. Good idea.
हासिल तो याद नहीं यार अब तो मुझे बिल्कुल हासिल तो हाँ हासिल में he what did he say बेटा मार देना आज ही नहीं तो याद रखना अगर हम बच गए तो तुम्हें जिंदा ना छोड़ेंगे.
Life of Pi, you must be remembering. He just told me that he had to actually shoot it twice. That was quite something. Tell me about that.
That was quite something. Again, Life of Pi was a film which tested everybody. I shot the whole film with Tobey Maguire, and those scenes at the end, the climax scenes were really, they were special for me. It was not easy to perform, and we did this film, and everybody was happy with it. Then after 6-7 months, I got a call from Ang Lee. His assistant mailed me that he wants to talk to you. Then I called him. Then we had a chat. And he said, we need to reshoot certain scenes. So I said, reshoot, you mean which scenes? He said, many scenes. I said, how many scenes? He said, all of it. I said, Ang, how will I do those emotional scenes? It's like I've just made love to a girl and you are asking me to make it again immediately.
You shouldn't have a problem with that.
That's exactly he said. He said make love again. So that was taxing and it was an experience. I think I did some changes in the second reshoot. I did change my attire, and initially we were thinking that Ang was thinking I'll retain certain portions from the earlier shoot and mix and match. I said no, I didn't like my attire in the earlier shoot, so I'll change it. He said, are you sure? I said, sure. And then he trusted me.
Great. Yeah. Akash, you want to ask a question?
Coming back to the question of 100 crore, which is very talked about, and national award winning movies and actors. Now, Life of Pi is a very perfect example of commercial success along with a movie that is very well made. So you have critical acclaim also. Are we anywhere heading towards the direction when a 100 crore plus movie also manages to bag a few Filmfare awards, national awards, or is that distance always going to be there?
If we keep our yardstick, if we start creating yardsticks like 100 crore in such an early stage, we are going to have, difference, unless until we let it explore, let it give enough space to explore. And we are heading towards that. When these two definitions doesn't exist, arts cinema and commercial cinema, which was there earlier. In 50s and 60s, there was no art cinema. Every cinema was art and every cinema was commerce. So that's where we are heading. And I think the signs have started showing since last year, 2012. And I believe it's not a fluke. I believe these times are here to stay. And it'll keep getting better and better. Because this whole new generation is trying to, tell their stories. And there's a whole new generation who is eager and hungry to watch interesting cinema. So we are heading towards a better cinema.
Yes, you had a question? The lady in front? Yeah.
Yeah, Irfan, I have two questions. One is, are you considerate enough to give 5 seconds of your time in giving an autograph for a 7-year-old kid who stays in Shanghai? One. Two is, are you a better human being or a better actor? You have to answer taking into concern the first question, because in either the case, you'll have to give the autograph.
So take the autograph. When I answer your question whether I'm a good human being or better actor, maybe you don't want the autograph. So it's better you take it now. This is a very, you cannot judge these things. You cannot, see, we are living in times where we want to define and we want to have quick results for everything. Understanding yourself, you cannot define in good and bad. You cannot define you as an actor also, good and bad. This is a vast thing. To understand yourself is a whole lifelong journey. It's to be judgmental, you're gone. Once you know that you are good or bad, you're gone. It's a whole lifelong story to explore yourself. And you cannot explore yourself in terms of good and bad. Good and bad these are fast food to understand the world. These are our tendencies to understand and create concepts for our convenience. This is a tendency of today's time, where we need quick things, where we need quick results. So as far as these things are concerned, I think we should give enough time for these things, and we shouldn't contain ourselves in good and bad.
But I think that's what has happened in your case, hasn't it? Instead of you changing to adapt to the industry has actually adapted to you. Would you say that?
I would love to know this, if I could make any difference. But definitely I realized at one point of time that I need to do what I want to do. And I could have made a lot of money, but then I have to curtail my needs. And sometimes that had led me to understand one thing, that in our times, we don't even know whether we need certain thing or not, or whether this need is being planted in us through media, through so many influences. We don't even know that do we need that. The needs are created through market, and you become victim to that, and then you are after those needs, and you lose yourself, you lose your potential, you lose what you are capable of. Then you are just running towards your needs, which are not even yours. So for me, the acting profession has taught me to at least understand myself and connect myself and see whether, My needs are my needs or not.
So how do you resist the temptation?
I sometimes I become victim to them, but still I observe them. But I could manage. I was successful in curtailing my needs.
In the sense that you're happy with your Toyota Land Cruiser and a 5-bedroom
I'm
house?
not. No, I'm not. I'm not suffering if I'm not. I don't have. Whenever it will come, I'll enjoy it. But I'm not suffering. Oh, I should do this film so that I can get that. Film. I won't compromise film for those rewards. Because then maybe I'll start losing interest in acting, and then my function will be gone. I'll be wasted.
But the other problem with being in the industry is also to be in an ivory tower. So how do you get out of that ivory tower? Make sure you meet enough people, make sure you're observing enough. How do you do that?
That's a given circumstance, that's a given condition. You do try to mix with people, but that comes with it. The Eiffel Tower is created. But I have another take on this whole business of stardom and actor. People keep asking me, what is star? Are you a star? Are you an actor? For me, I want to push the media to create another definition, which is not a star, which is not actor, which is beyond that. For me, stardom is about trying to create an image where the common people, the audience, feels that the star is bigger than them. My journey as an actor is to make other people realize that they are wonderful people, that they have enough potential. Everybody is unique. So for me, my function, I don't know whether I should call myself actor or a star, but that's what I feel being a star.
We'll just put a hyphen. We'll call you star actor. Yes, Ashish.
Irrfan? Hello. Yeah, hi. Just keep aside the fact that you're an actor or a star for the moment, right? You as a normal citizen of a certain city in India, like all of us here, would go to the movies? You would watch movies? You normally watch movies?
I do.
You do.
Yes.
And most Hindi movies and even Indian language movies have a hero and a heroine, right? And the heroes have a huge fan following, and so do the heroines, right? Who is your favorite heroine as a consumer, as a normal citizen of any city of India?
Yeah, are you talking about Indian film industry?
Yes.
See, I don't watch movies as a layman now. If I would have been a layman, not an actor, then my reaction would have been different. See, when you are in a profession, then you are not away from it. The layman is away from film industry. For me, now I don't watch fictions. Unless until some film is really talked about, I go and watch it. But I don't watch every film, because this has become my profession. So, but I do react to people when a new talent come. I get fascinated by them. I get fascinated by their choices. There are few actors who I can react to anybody. I don't watch. Maybe I haven't watched Shah Rukh Khan film ever in my life, but I like his interviews, the way he talks. I haven't watched Hrithik Roshan's film, but I like his earnestness. I haven't watched Ranbir Kapoor's film, but I like his choices. So I do react as a I don't know, as a layman or what, but I watch certain films from other countries, definitely. I have my favorites there. Here, I don't think there is anybody who pulls me to theatre so compulsively.
I would have thought you would have said taboo. Both of you are always together.
She has stopped doing films. She does seldomly.
How have you not been able to persuade her?
No, I am. I want to work with her, and I want to do a comedy with her.
Comedy?
Yeah, because she has a very funny bone. She's very funny, and she would be tremendous if she is given a good role. So I'm waiting for an opportunity.
So that will make you go back to romantic roles, right?
It depends on the writer what he writes for us.
So is someone working on something like that?
No.
Oh, that's
It will happen.
Yes, please, this gentleman.
Thank you, Mr. Irrfan. This question is for you. Now, see, we have grown up watching Indian cinema. You have been part of it. Now, recently, the censor board has been pulled up by the Supreme Court by certain scenes into movies. And does it mean that few of the producers are able to manipulate our censor board, and while censor board is being partial to many other film producers?
No, I think the mic isn't working. I think he's asking you about the censorship.
No,
is it made? You want to repeat the question?
Yeah,
Has it made films easier to make in India? Is that what you asked?
Hello. No, my question is not that. See, recently the Supreme Court has pulled up 2 film producers for certain scenes. And my question is, are few producers are manipulating the censor board vis-a-vis few producers who are actually being penalized by the censor board? I mean, certain scenes are not being sanctioned, but they are being manipulated. Now the Supreme Court has come into the picture. What is your take on that?
So is the censorship, yeah, he's talking about, is it arbitrary, partial?
See, it's not a foolproof system. And we haven't evolved in any field. You take our laws. The Britishers left whatever, we haven't evolved from there. So our censor board is also again a farce. We haven't evolved from a certain stage. So it's not a foolproof. You have censorship on films. Then on the internet, on the series, the whole society is changed because of these serials which come. The value system has changed. So certain producers have their says, so they can get away with certain things, and certain producers can't. So this is how it is.
Yeah. Padmita?
Irfan, I would like to ask you 2 questions. The first is, when you came back after working in American films, I won't call it Hollywood, when you came back from America, did you see, and generally there is a deference when you've been abroad and you walk the red carpet at the Academy Awards, did you see a change in attitude among your co-stars or directors or producers, because from being just a character actor, now you were someone who'd been to the US and back? And the second is, it might sound a little cliche, but really, what's more special to you, a national award or any of the other Hindi film industry awards?
Hindi film industry awards, let's not talk about it. Award which
Why?
See, what are awards? Awards, if they are not there if their genuine intention is not there to recognize the talent, then it doesn't mean anything. Everybody knows that award is a game of TRPs. So that's why so many categories are compromised. You start sharing award. You start giving award to everybody to incorporate them. बोलती कि मेरे को award दोगे तो मैं नाचूंगी. वो लोग इतना पैसा दोगे तो मैं आऊँगा. तो ये सब that's why I'm saying in the film awards. So you have to bring credibility to those awards. Their main concern should be to recognize talent, to recognize their whatever their contribution. National award still hopefully carries a kind of credibility in people's mind. When I came from Hollywood, I don't know whether how the industry was reacting, because I have no means to know that. But definitely audience, the perception in audience mind, they were feeling nice. They really felt good. They really felt that, oh, we are proud of him, that he's going there and he's doing certain work. So the perception about me definitely changed as far as audience is concerned. As far as my work translating into my choices, what I want to do, no, it didn't happen in Hindi film industry. Because it's an industry. Unless and until I generate money for any industry, you know, they can give me respect, they can do anything, but they won't give me choices. They won't offer me films according to that. Uh, Actually, it happened completely opposite. When I did Life of Pi, some producers and directors thought, okay, we got this old man now. Father play karne wala mil gaya humko ek. So, you know, I got.
Have you had father roles? Being offered you? Really?
I was offered father roles. So I laughed and laughed, and I said, okay, let's see.
Which brings me to another question. What is it really like to walk the red carpet at the Oscars? Apart from the, do you get to keep the suits, by the way, that they give you, or you have to return them the next day?
If you are hiring, if you are taking their, you know, sponsored suits, then you have to give it back.
You have to return them.
Yes. You have
So
to.
have you returned your money?
Yeah, all of.
That's very sad. But you get to keep the goodie bag at least. Do you get goodie bags?
Huh? Goodie bags. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are really goodie bags. They are not marketing and come goodie.
What do you get? What did you get last time?
In last conclave, I opened the bag and it was all about.
Conclave. We're talking about the
Let me finish with the conclave. So I opened this goodie bag. It was called goodie bag, and everything was about marketing. फलाने की building कैसी बन रही है?
Want him to say all this. Talk about the Oscars.
No, they are genuinely goodie bags, like good shampoos and conditioners and
Oh,
watch.
nice. A what?
Watch. Oh yeah, watch. Yeah.
Which one?
Some ice or something.
Very good.
And different stuff. People want to introduce their stuff. And
You see the biggest actors in Hollywood taking away the
goodie
How
bags.
nice.
Yeah. And they are really aware that oh, we are going where are goodie bags. So everybody is, you know, it's like a Santa Claus giving you present in the morning, you know.
What are the after parties like? I've always wanted to know the Oscar after party. Everybody gets drunk.
Like here, you know, but people who have their personal, you know, they have their own group, they do party there. You know, general party is happening somewhere, and the private parties are happening all over the.
So have you been invited to a few private
Yeah,
parties?
yeah, I have been there.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the
It's wild.
craziest thing you've done there, which you can talk about?
I cannot talk about the craziest thing.
Okay, what is the craziest thing you've seen somebody really famous do?
I don't want to talk about it.
That's really sad. Okay, which
You
is
can
the-
imagine.
Okay,
That's
who
much
have-
more interesting.
Okay, who
I'll
is
limit
the,
if I say I'll limit your imagination.
Okay, who is the one person you've met at an Oscar ceremony or at an after party which has been like a dream come true?
When I was, we were getting award for Slumdog. My favorite, Mr. De Niro, came on the stage, and I saw him in the party. And then Philip Seymour Hoffman. One of the awards I was nominated for was Spirit Award for Namesake, and Philip Seymour Hoffman was there. Some of my favorite people, like Sean Penn. You know, we were at the same stage when SAG Award was.
So it's the brotherhood of actors.
Yeah, that's
So you're
great
all
feeling.
equal.
It's a great feeling, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they do. They have some kind of graciousness in these functions, immaculately designed and done. And the way they have, like what he was talking about censorship, like they have 5 people who decide. Now the Academy Awards are decided by thousands of people. So how do you manipulate them? You cannot. You can only do one thing, that you can ask them to watch your film. That's the struggle in Oscar Awards. Your struggle is only about bringing them and watching the film.
Any other questions? Yeah, maybe 2. Yes, that gentleman there. That's the last question, sorry.
Irrfan, thankfully we have actors like you in Bollywood, and there are upcoming directors like Anurag Kashyap and Tigmanshu Dule. But do you think or perceive that in Bollywood we'll ever have directors like, let us say, a Quentin Tarantino, or for that matter, Ang Lee? People who really love their craft, people who are genuinely making the movie because they are so passionate about it. Is that ever going to happen to the Indian film industry?
Very interesting question and very relevant question. This is not just about industry. This this is about every aspect of our life, every thing, whatever, the jobs we are taking. See, this could only happen when you are passionately involved in your profession. Like, I'll give you an example. Ang Lee, when he was directing, when he did Hulk, the film didn't work and whatever. So he went back to his country and he made a very small film, small budget film. Not like he was trying to hire another actor, big actor. He wanted to do another big Hollywood film. He wanted to go back to his roots and he wanted to make a story where he could connect. So he made this film called Lust and Caution. And he was telling me he used to cry at night after the shoot. And the reason why he was crying, because he was living those emotions. He was living both the characters. Like Kunal Pradhan had the interview, and he told them, the scene where the hero, the guy, humiliates the girl, is such an intense scene, and the cameraman, the light person, and he himself, and the two actors, they were present in the room, and everybody was crying in that scene. So it's the bar you raise. How do you connect to your profession? Are you so passionate enough? I haven't seen a director who lives the other character. Every character, whatever he's creating, he's living that life. That comes through passion. And to reply your thing that whether we'll reach there, yes, if we can fight these temptations of 100 crore, if we can really connect to the function of the story, what the story is all about. Even a story of 50 rupees can become a hit. Even a story of 200 crore can become a flop. It's understanding the potential of the story. What is the function? If we stick to that, definitely we are going to reach there, and we were there. Didn't we have Gurudhar? Didn't we have Kyasif? Didn't we have Satyajit? Didn't we have Ritvik Ghatak? We had everybody, and still we called Bollywood and Tollywood and Collywood.
Okay, so one last request, you have to sing in whatever language. Yes. Whatever language, but you have to sing. Bengali preferable, but... You have to sing the thank you song.
Thank you song.
Sing.
Boy, I cannot sing. I can sing with somebody. If somebody sings with me, I can sing. I'm a chorus person actually. So I need singer.
Does anyone want to sing with him? Yeah. Please go ahead. Any song. Who? Come here. Come. Quick.
Do you know Amar Shona Pakiri? Oh, Shona Mona Pakiri. That's not the song. Okay. So he'll sing through me. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall I sing the song? Ami chini go chini tomare.
Ami chini go chini tomare, o go videshini. তুমি থাকো সিন্ধু পারে, ও গো বিদেশিনী, ও গো বিদেশিনী।
Shall I repeat the song? Okay.
আমি তোমারে পাতিয়া কান, শুনেছি তোমারি গান, আমি তোমারো সঙ্গে শুনেছি। I forgot the lyrics.
Okay,
I forgot the lyrics.
Okay, I think any other singing, Irfan will have to do now in private. Thank you very much. Thank you, Irfan. Want to sing? You're most welcome. Somebody else? Yeah, sure.
Kaveri, can I please request Ms. Suryasmita Mohanty, Deputy Director of KIIT, to please come on stage and give a small token of appreciation. Ms. Suryasmita Mohanty, can you please come on stage? And the autograph for the 7-year-old in Singapore.